Just the other day, I watched the 2023 thriller, What You Wish For. The movie follows a chef named Ryan, who travels to a Central American country to visit his friend Jack, also a chef. Once the man arrives, he learns his friend Jack appears to be doing really well, at least on the surface. He's cooking dinner parties for the ultra-rich, making great money, and traveling the world. However, not everything is as it seems, and Ryan soon learns everything around his friend's life isn't all that it's cooked up to be. What You Wish For is a smart, edgy thriller that keeps the viewer interested. The acting is terrific, and there's excellent chemistry among the small cast of characters. The movie does a great job keeping this palpable tension in the air, especially once the movie gets going and we discover just why Jack was making such massive amounts of money. I have to say, after watching this movie, I really wish I hadn't seen the trailer to it. It sort of gives away the storyline and makes it a little bit predictable. Despite this, though, I still enjoyed the movie and knew someone or somehow the dinners were evil in some type of way. The movie stars Nick Stahl as the main character, or Ryan. If you're wondering who Nick Stahl is or his work, you'll probably be familiar with him if you saw Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Stahl played a young John Connor, and even though many bash this film, I thought it was the third best in the franchise. In general, Stahl was pretty good in this movie, and I think he really is underrated as an actor. He's been in a number of smaller films since 2003 as well, but I think that he's really the type of person that should be in some of these bigger budget films. Coming back to the movie What You Wish For, if you haven't seen the film, I'm going to give away several spoilers in the next few minutes just as a heads up. Now, in the movie, on the third morning Ryan wakes up, he discovers his friend Jack has hung himself. Now, this is somewhat foreshadowed in the prior scenes when Jack and Ryan are hanging out. As Ryan starts to learn about Jack's seemingly glamorous life, it becomes obvious that something is troubling him. He appears haunted and unfulfilled, despite making this terrific money and traveling the globe working this dream job. Now, once Ryan discovers Jack's body, he's faced with a dilemma. Ryan's got his own problems with money. He has massive gambling debts, and the bookies are threatening to kill his mom if he doesn't pay. Not to get sidetracked too much, but I couldn't understand why he didn't ask Jack for the money, or maybe at least part of it in the movie. Anyhow, a desperate Ryan decides to assume Jack's identity so that he can get his money. He begins by getting a fake ID from China and plans to raid Jack's bank accounts. Soon, though, Jack's employers arrive to help prepare for the dinner party. The lead woman is a character named Imogene, who is essentially the head boss of this dinner. There's also Maurice, who's the muscle. Ryan poses as Jack, and Imogene begins asking about plans for the dinner. Imogene and Maurice are employed by a clandestine, dangerous organization that plans these dinners all over the world. Ryan soon learns the horrifying truth, though. The dinner is not just some ordinary dinner, but an expensive dinner for rich cannibals. Next, we see Ryan is dragged along to go get the produce, which is code word for the human meat the cannibals will consume. Maurice kills an innocent man, and Ryan is forced to prep the deceased man for the night's entree. The movie at this point is pretty engaging, and it's clear that Ryan is in over his head. His hope is that he can cook this one meal, then disappear, and also pay off his debts. It becomes apparent soon, though, there's no way out once you're in this organization. As the clients arrive, Ryan begins serving the first of the 4-course meal. Soon, though, a detective and police officer arrive in a nice twist. They begin questioning the group whether they've seen the young man who has been killed. I thought the movie did a good job showing just how organized this group is. When the detectives arrived, Imogene, her entire group, and even the guest already were well aware of the backstory and had practiced it. They pose as investors looking to build a hotel. Even with an extremely suspicious detective, they managed to answer questions sufficiently. Well, everyone is able to do this except Ryan, of course, who is supposed to be an architect but knows nothing about it. When pressed by the detective about basic architecture concepts, he struggles to answer them. One big issue, though, I did have with this film seemed to be when Ryan decided to take the detective down to the cellar and show him the bodies. I really didn't understand this. He should have just let him leave and have the detective return with backup. Maybe I missed something here, but the detective was already suspicious, and I don't think that he needed convincing that something illegal was going on here. The movie does a terrific job showing the tentacles of this powerful evil organization behind the dinners. They give just the right amount of info, and we learn from several conversations there's basically no escape from the company once you are hired. This is exemplified when they tag Ryan the day after the dinner like a dog. In the final scene, we see Ryan talking with a textile worker at an airport bar. Like Jack, Ryan has many of the same responses to questions around what he does. He states in this defeated and horrified manner that he cooks meals for ultra-rich people, makes incredible money, and travels the world. Much like Ryan initially, the man can't get over how cool the job is. It seems that Ryan has accepted his fate. Will we see a sequel to this film, though? Probably not. I do think a sequel could work. There's numerous ways it could go, such as Ryan meeting the people running the show, or Ryan also trying to escape the life. The movie was quite popular among audiences and critics, and with a unique story, excellent acting, and a good storyline, it's surely one sequel I'd want to see.